18th of November 2024 is the day when Nintendo Switch finally gets a game that millions of people have been waiting for. The game is called Stray. It was a perfect motivation for me to prepare a video about top 3 cat games for Nintendo Switch. For some people, it might sound obvious, for others, not so much. Super Mario 3D World is the first game on the list, and it's rightfully so. I remember when I was playing the game on my Wii U 2013. I have many fond memories linked to it, but even if I take my nostalgic glasses off, it still remains as a perfect platformer. Super Mario 3D World is on top of the cat list because we can play the whole game as a cat. All we have to do is pick a bell power and we can mischief as much as we want. It is fast, it is colorful, it is Nintendo. Wii U version had its issues, but most of them had been sorted in the Switch release. Not only the frame rate got better and we have 60 FPS, but characters move faster too, which improved the gameplay. We can play solo or in 4-person co-op. Jazz music makes the whole spectacle more wholesome, while interactive elements deepen the immersion. The only thing that is missing is blowing in the screen. Yeah, you heard me right. Blowing in the screen gave us many cool features. We could move platforms, flowers, or temporarily reveal invisible blocks or characters like Coin Coffer, for example. Little thing, but I'm missing it. What can we do? Switch doesn't have a microphone. Regardless of that, Switch version is superior. If we prefer playing portably, we can still touch blocks and slow enemies down with our fingers. Super Mario 3D World is a game for many hours. We can finish it multiple times and we always find something new. Even though the name carries 3D in the title, it is more like 2.5D. We don't have the same kind of freedom as Mario Odyssey gave us. Instead, we have limited control over our perspective. 3D was actually carried over from its predecessor, Super Mario 3D Land, for 3DS. That game gave us 3D by using stereoscopic 3D screen. By the way, Super Mario 3D Land is my favorite Mario game of all time. Objectively, it was not a perfect game, but it was, for me. Maybe one day I will make a video about it too. Super Mario 3D World is a wholesome experience which reminds us why we love games and Nintendo so much. It is a title that should make most people happy. But that is not all, as we get a second game in the package for free, Bowser's Fury. Ironically, it is a proper 3D game without 3D in the title. We get full control over our camera and we can fully explore the seaside world. Bowser's Fury is an evolution of Super Mario 3D World. We do mainly the same thing, however, on a different scale. We get one open world split into smaller islands, which we can explore in any order we want. The best feature of the game, however, is that your Bowser's Fury, our arch nemesis, mutates and turns into a titan, destroying everything all around him, as if he was Godzilla. The world darkens, the rain starts pouring, and we have to do everything we can to avoid Bowser's attacks, until we find a Giga Bell. Once we do, we turn into, wait for it, Catzilla. Not epic enough? Let's add metal music with choirs, and we have a hit. Level of epicness is hard to match. Bayonetta tried very hard in her third game, but failed when it comes to kaiju. Bowser's Fury is on the top of my list. I love minimalist games. When I came across Gato Roboto and learned that it was published by Devolver Digital, I instantly bought it. The hero of the game is Kiki, sweet little cat that after crash landing on an alien planet must save his human by jumping into a mech suit. It is Metroidvania. For those who don't know what Metroidvania is, it is a non-linear action-adventure where through progression we unlock new items and skills which provide us with deeper level access. In short, it is a labyrinth. I like Metroidvanias, but it is not my favorite genre due to the length of those games. Gato Roboto is different. We can finish the game in approximately 2 to 3 hours. That decision made the game more dynamic. We use the mech suit to traverse the hostile depths of the planet. However, sometimes we have to leave the mech behind in order to reach narrow spaces or some alternative paths. That makes our little sweet cat vulnerable, so we have to be more careful. We avoid traps and enemies while looking for mech upgrades. Genius addition to the game are collectible cartridges. Once collected, we can change our color palette. Maybe you don't like one bit black and white style. No problem, you can use different filters. Some of them are like Game Boy or Virtual Boy inspired, while others are more original. But if you have an OLED version of the Switch, playing in black and white is pure joy and amazing experience. I also have to mention the music, which for me is as important as the graphics in any game. Here we have a mix of sensual ambient, jungle music, lo-fi and funky beats. Really cool sounds. Gato Roboto is a very good game. Little cat in a bombastic adventure. I highly recommend it, especially that it goes on sale quite often in the eShop. Let's imagine that we are a cat, lazily basking in the sun, not paying attention to anything around us. All we think of is relax, until, clumsily, we start our little big adventure. We fall on the streets, which for a house cat are something completely abstract. We have no other option but to do everything in our cat power to go back to our cozy apartment where our human is surely losing its mind. The third game is Little Kitty Big City. It is the best cat simulator available for Switch. Light and funny catformer. I know, I said it again, sorry, platformer. We do cat things. We jump, eat, sleep, we talk to other animals, we collect stuff, catch birds, and mischief a lot. On top of that, the game looks cute, and our cat, well, look at those green eyes. Not cute enough? Let's wear a hat. Little Kitty Big City is an adorable game, funny, joyful, therapeutic. It is actually hard to believe that the person who made that game was Matt Wood, a very talented person that was working on CSGO. Well, for some people CSGO might be therapeutic as well. I also have to highlight one aspect of the game, which is the character animation work. As a huge fan of Chuck Jones, very often I thought I was looking at some of the best episodes of Looney Tunes. Great work! If you have a need for some mischieving in Tokyo-like city with jazz background, you will surely love the game. So now, when the top 3 games with cats are behind us, let's talk about Stray. The game is coming to Switch on the 18th of November 2024. I haven't had a chance to play the Switch version, so this is not a review of the Switch game, but a review of the game itself. I watched the trailer a few times, and anyone can tell that it is not the best version of the game on the market. If you can play Stray on PS5, Xbox or PC, it is highly recommended. I also hope that the Switch version is going to be good, as it would be a shame to spoil such a great adventure by technical flaws. I would also like to highlight that the footage was recorded on my PC and all the graphic settings were maxed out. I finished the game 2 years ago on my Steam Deck and I had a blast, so I hope you will too. So what is Stray? Through the twist of fate, our hero gets lost in the time-forsaken place. Futuristic, but very worn out. It is a world without humans, but that doesn't mean it is empty. The place is inhabited by robots, machines that strangely act very human. Post-utopian Neon City is filled with details, but also stories of its citizens. Our little protagonist will not stray alone, pun intended. Very early in the game, he will befriend a little drone. Cat-drone duet will have to cooperate to not only escape the place, but maybe they will also help those who are in need along the way. B12, that is the name of the drone, turns into a flashlight, but can also fulfill some other important tasks and upgrade itself. Cat's moves are programmed in a very smart way. We can't jump anywhere we want, like we did in Little Kitty Big City. Here we are limited by a certain game mechanism. We only jump where the icon appears. Some people might find it restricting, but for me it was very liberating. I didn't have to worry that the cat would lose its balance and fall into the pits while losing all his 9 lives in the process. We stick to anything we land on, and safely we can plan the next jump or move. We also have a dedicated button for meowing, so we can comment and quarrel with anyone we want. I love details like this that deepen the immersion. Audio-visual side of the game is mesmerizing. I call it cyber-romantic. Neon lights reflecting in the puddles, echoes of bursting drops of water, contemplating robots, enigmatic symbols. The atmosphere is playing with our senses. Amazing game and my favorite cat game ever made. If you like to see more videos like this, please consider a like or a subscribe. I appreciate your time. All the best.